Hello there everyone, and welcome to something that I've never done before, but a lot of people ask me to do, so I'm going to try it out and see how this works, and hopefully it's a failure! A lot of people have asked me to do the 100 cartoons tier list, because apparently that's something that people have been doing. And you know, it sounds like a bit of fun, but I don't want to do that. Instead, we're going to do... Where is it? We're going to do Preschool Cartoon Tier List. Because that's a thing, apparently. Okay, so 70 different preschool/young children cartoons. Now, I know quite a few preschool cartoons, and I've seen quite a few. There were the ones I watched growing up, obviously, and then I've seen a lot of the newer ones because I spend a lot of time with my nephew, and he just loves to watch cartoons. So I think I've got a pretty good idea of general preschool cartoons. So let's see how this list goes. Okay, we got S tier, A, B, C, D, and then they included a don't know, which is good, because a lot of tiers don't have that. And I think that's pretty good, so, you know, let's just go in order and then see what we have here. So, okay, starting off, Kipper. I remember that. I watched that growing up. That was pretty good. I don't remember too much about it. It was about a dog. Kind of all I really remember. But I have fond memories of it, so, I guess I'll put Kipper in B tier, because I don't remember it too much. If I remembered more, it'd probably be A tier, but that's it. Jake and the Neverland Pirates. I've seen, like, a few episodes of this. I've seen a few episodes. It's pretty good, but I was never really that big of a fan of Peter Pan, so I'm gonna put it at C tier because it's enjoyable. From what I've seen, it's enjoyable, but it's nothing too special, so C tier. Okay, Zaboomafoo easily goes into S tier. That show was really good. Learning about the animals and the puppets and then the little claymation thing. That was a really good show. Really great, fond memories. Okay, next we have I think that's Octonauts, but let me double check. I have a Google tab here just in case, so let's see, Octonauts. Yes, that is Octonauts, okay. I've seen a few episodes of Octonauts, and I don't really like it that much. It's good, it's cute, but it's kind of repetitive. And I mean, I know a lot of these preschool shows are repetitive because they are aimed at a preschool audience, but there's enjoyable repetitive, and then there's unenjoyable repetitiveness. Like, some of these are repetitive, but I still enjoy them. Octonauts, not all too much. So I'm gonna put Octonauts C tier, but I'll put it above Jake, because Octonauts I liked more than Jake. Next is Muppet Babies, and there's actually two Muppet Babies. There's the original one, and then the remake. This picture here is for the remake, the 2018 version, so I'm gonna judge that one. And that one is really good. I really like it. You know, I'm not that big of a fan of the Muppets. I never really got into it all that much. But if you really think about it, Muppet Babies captures the spirit of the Muppets. Like, they have their core personalities intact. It's just like the stories revolve around Muppet Babies, as the title says. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in I'll put it A tier, because it's really good. And then another thing Muppet Babies has going for it, actually, now that I think about it, is they have a brand new character, Summer Penguin, and she's a really good character. I really like her. Like, her whole thing is she likes drawing and art, and she's just a good character. I like her. So, A tier. Let's see, next we have... Okay, Sofia the First, that's easily S tier. Actually, no. I take that back. I need to make a new tier, because Sofia the First is too good. You know, I didn't want to change that one. I want to change this one. Sofia the First is way too good to be S tier. It has to be SS tier. But SS tier, there you go. Because the thing is, Sofia the First is not just a preschool show. It is beyond good to be a preschool show. Like, the amount of depth this show has, the amount of character development, the amount of growth, the complexity that it has. This is not your standard preschool show. This show is so good. It has so much character, so much love, there's so much development, the stories are so good. Like I could go on forever about Sofia the First. I might make a video about it someday, about why it's so good and everything it does great, because Sofia is just so good. Like, it does not deserve to be as, well, not deserve, but it doesn't need to be as good as it is for a preschool show, but it is, and it goes above and beyond, and it's just, you have to watch Sofia the First, okay? If you aren't watching Sofia the First, which it's over, you need to get on it. It's a damn good show. It is so good. Okay, SS tier. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It's just so good, man. Okay, next we got Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol is S tier. You know, it's a fun little show. The characters are all really good. I like it. Again, there's that repetitiveness to it, but it's not as repetitive because since there's so many different Paw Patrols, each episode has like a different one. Like you got the firefighting marshal one, and then police officer chase, like that, and like with the different characters, you have like different things they can do and different types of rescues. So it doesn't feel as repetitive or formulaic. That's just what I think anyways. Okay, next is Doc McStuffins. It's a fun show. It's nothing really too special. I like it. It's just okay. I'll put it in B tier. I'll put it under Kipper. Yo Gabba Gabba. I hate this show. I've seen it because I was wondering why people liked it. And I hate it so much. Like it's terrible. Okay, JoJo's Circus. I have no idea what that is. That is what we have Google for. JoJo's Circus. Okay, Wikipedia will help me out here. This is going a little slow. Okay, really, this was in 2003. This was an older show. Wait, 2003 to 2007. That's roughly when I was watching preschool shows. I mean, not entirely, because I was 96. So by that point, I was about 8. I kind of outgrew preschool shows at that point. But still, this is something I should know. Why do I not know what this is? Circus Town, Big Top 10, okay. Well, this looks interesting. I might watch an episode or two there, if I can find some. But that's weird, okay. Vampirina, that's another new show on Disney Junior. I'm gonna give that S tier, just because I'm a sucker for vampires. I really like vampires, and it's a preschool show, so it's nothing like... They don't do anything major with it, but it's got an interesting plot, nice characters, it's enjoyable, and again, I just really like vampires, so S tier. Secret Agent Oso, I've seen a few episodes of that, and some episodes are really good, and some are just so boring. So I'm just gonna put you in C tier, but I guess you can go above Jake. Next is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and I can't stand Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Like, it's just so repetitive, and a really bad type of repetitive. Like, I can barely get through one episode without getting annoyed, because they say the same thing like 5 times in the episode. It's always like, oh, what are we gonna do? Oh, you gotta call Toodles, and it's just like, it's fun for kids, and that's their audience, but I just find it so annoying. Handy Mandy. I like it, but I always kind of just saw it as Bob the Builder, but not as good. Like, it was good, but it wasn't as good as Bob the Builder, so I'll put you in C tier. High C tier, though. Fancy Nancy. Okay, Fancy Nancy's a pretty good show. I've seen a few episodes of it. Nancy, the protagonist, she can be a little annoying. Like, she can get really annoying if you watch a lot of episodes, like, back-to-back. Like, if they have a block of episodes, and you're just watching episode after episode, she can get really annoying. She's kind of an annoying protagonist, but she also has charm to her. Like her whole thing is she likes fanciness, and she likes culture and stuff, and so she's, like, always trying to be sophisticated. And it's cute, and it's, like, it's enjoyable, but it can get annoying. She can get a little annoying, so I'll put Nancy in B tier. That seems pretty good. Peppa Pig, I don't like Peppa Pig. I barely even like the Peppa Pig memes, so you're going into D tier. You'll go, that's pretty good. Angelina Ballerina, I have no idea what that is. Let's see. Angelina Ballerina, okay. Come on, there we go. This is 2002, that's another one I should know. It's weird. There doesn't seem to be a synopsis here, so I have no idea what this is about. It just goes straight into characters. Maybe some, like, images or something will help jog my memory. A mouse, ballerina. I have no idea what this is. I don't recognize that in the slightest. Okay, that's going into don't know. Nina Needs to Go. That one's really hard to judge because it's a series of shorts. Like, it's a 5-minute short. And they're all the same. They're all about this girl, Nina, who needs to go to the bathroom. And then at the end of the episode, she's like, I'll never forget to go to the bathroom. And then the next short, oh no, I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, they're entertaining. They're really entertaining because the circumstances are so ridiculously contrived that you can't help but laugh. Like, I really enjoy them. Like, they're funny. But they're only 5 minutes long, so it's kind of hard to judge it against these full-length episodes. I don't really think this should be here. But, I guess I'll put it in B tier, because it's like I said, it's funny, it's enjoyable, I like it. Backyardigans. I don't like Backyardigans. I don't know. Something about them just is annoying and at the same time boring. Like, I don't like any of them. I don't even remember most of their names, but I know I don't like this show. Like, I only saw a few episodes and I didn't like a single one. I couldn't stand it. So, you'll go in D tier, but you'll go between Mickey and Peppa. Wildcrats. Wildcrats is good. It's a good show. But the biggest problem it has is that it has to live up to the legacy of Zaboomafoo. Because it features the same characters, except for Zaboomafoo. So, the fact that it has to live up to that legacy makes it really hard. But judging it as its own thing, it's still really good. Like, it's still got all the animals, the characters are pretty much the same, except Zaboomafoo's not there, so that kind of brings it down a bit. But again, its own thing. I guess I'll put it in B tier. I'll put it between Doc and Nina. Abby Hatcher. That's another new show. I've only seen a few episodes. I've seen like maybe 4 or 5, but I really like it. It has a lot of potential because it's got good plots, it's got good characters, it's got a good world to it. It's really nice. I like it. So I'll put it in A tier, but it has the potential to be S tier, depending on if I see more. Like right now, it's A tier with a potential to be S tier, but I just gotta watch a bit more to see like if the characters grow on me a bit more or if they become stale. Because a lot of these have good characters, but they get stale over time. So we'll just have to see about that. Arthur. Arthur goes into S tier. That's a classic. I'm surprised it's still running. I mean, I'm not surprised because a lot of shows run for like a million years, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. Well, I've seen some of the newer episodes, and they're still just as good, despite what some people would say. I still think they hold up. It's just not. It's not the same, you know? And it's never the same. Like, as soon as things change over time, it's never the same. Like, The Simpsons aren't what they used to be, SpongeBob aren't what they used to be. Things change, and some people will say it's bad because it's not the same, but I don't think so. It's different. It has different writers, different voice actors, different animation. It's Flash now, which a lot of people hate on, but I don't really mind it. You know, it's different, but it's not bad. I think it's still S tier, and the fact that it's still going shows just how good it is. Okay, Blaze and the Monster Machines. That's a fun one, but if I did this just based off of the first few seasons, I'd probably put it in A tier. But recently, they've gotten this. It started to go in a different direction, whereas before it was all about race cars and like trucks and cars and stuff. Blaze and the Monster Machines, it's in the name. But now they added in animals, and the cars can turn into animals, and I mean, it keeps the show fresh and it keeps it entertaining, but I just don't really like that direction they're taking it. Like, it seems weird to me that you would take a car-centric show and then suddenly turn it into an animal show. Like, what? It just makes no sense to me. It's a show about cars. Why are they adding animals into it all of a sudden? That just makes no sense. It's still good, so I'll put it in B tier. It has some pretty good catchphrases, like, you know, when they need to go faster, and they're always like, you know, give me some speed, or let's blaze, and the small catchphrases that you can associate with the show, but neither of those correlate to animals. They correlate to racing. So I just don't know why the animals. That doesn't make sense to me, but B tier. It would have been A tier if they hadn't gone that weird animal route for me. Elena of Avalor, that's also SS tier up there with Sofia. They're actually made by the same person, and they're in the same universe. So, of course, they're going to be just as good quality. Elena, I don't even think is a preschool show. I think that's a Disney show, not Disney Junior. So I don't think it should be on this list, but whatever, SS tier. The Lion Guard. Oh, accidentally moved Arthur. Lion Guard, I'll give Lion Guard B tier. I'll give it a lowish B tier. Because I like Lion Guard, but I don't like how it's forced into the Lion King mythology. Because I'd be fine if they made it its own thing, like, you know, its own separate thing, but they force it into continuity, and it doesn't always work. And then another thing I don't really like about Lion Guard is they've started, well, not started, it's been going on for a while now, but the current story arc is all about Scar, and Scar coming back from the dead, and his spirit is, like, out for vengeance and stuff, and I don't like the direction they're taking Scar. It doesn't feel like Scar. And Scar is one of my favorite Disney villains. Like, I love Scar. Scar is amazing. Be Prepared is there. It's up there. You know, Scar is legit. He is the villain. And Lion Guard doesn't capture Scar the same way the original did. Like, they really... I'm not gonna say they messed up Scar, but they just don't it doesn't have the same feel to it. It doesn't resonate with me, I guess. So, B tier. Clifford's Puppy Dog Days, I'll put you in B tier, because you're good, but you're kind of unnecessary. I don't think anybody ever wanted to see Clifford as a puppy. On the other hand, Clifford the Big Red Dog goes straight into S tier. I might be a bit nostalgia biased here, but Clifford was so good. Like, you know, Clifford had a lot of heart to him. Like, he was great. He's lovable big red dog, and all of the other dogs too. Like, just all of the characters were good. Emily Elizabeth, her love made Clifford grow to the size of a building. Bigger than a building. They had to move out of their apartment. So, S tier. Okay, Corn and Peg, that one's really new. That one's only like a month old. Yeah, that show started in March, last month. This is a really new show. It only has, like, I think 6 episodes so far. So I don't think I can judge a full... Like, I don't think I can judge it properly because it's so new. But I have seen almost every episode that's come out so far, so I am going to put it on the list. I'll put it at A tier because it's really good. I like it. It's enjoyable. The characters are good. But I don't think there's enough to put it in S tier. I don't think it deserves that spot yet, just because we haven't seen enough. I might get some flack for this one, but I never really liked Curious George all that much. He's entertaining, but something about it, I don't know. Maybe it's the narrator. Maybe the narrator just throws me off, but Curious George is just not my thing. But despite that, it's still pretty good, so I'll put you in C tier, George. Dora and Friends Into the City. I really dislike this show. And I dislike it mainly because it feels unnecessary. It feels like, hey, Dora's a popular character, but people don't like Dora anymore. How can we revitalize Dora? I know, let's take away everything that makes Dora Dora and put her in this brand new show. Dora and Friends Into the City doesn't feel like it belongs in the Dora mythos. And I know it's weird saying the Dora mythos when I'm talking about a preschool show, but Dora had this unique creative world to it, and Dora and Friends Into the City just kind of abandons all of that. Like, it doesn't feel like the same character. She's not Dora. She's Dora in name, and she doesn't even act like Dora. Like, she does have similar personality traits, but they're very basic personality traits that anyone can have. It doesn't feel like the same character. And I don't think it's a good show. And then what makes it even worse is Season 2 actually fixed this problem. Because in Season 2, they had an entire special story arc. Well, not an arc, it was like 2 episodes, but that's basically an arc for preschool shows. The point is they had this like 2-parter where Dora goes back to the jungle and saves her jungle friends, and then Boots and everyone, they all come back, and then they get added into the show. Map and Backpack, they come back. And it starts to feel like Dora again. It starts to feel like they belong, like she belongs. And then the show gets canceled. They finally start fixing their biggest problem, and it gets canceled. Dora and Friends Into the City is not... If you want to make Dora older, you can do it. But keep Dora as she is. Like the new live-action Dora film, as bad as it looks, I have to give it credit because they're keeping Dora how she is. Yeah, she's not breaking the fourth wall and talking to the audience every 5 minutes, but she feels like Dora. Dora in the live-action trailer feels more like Dora than Dora does in Dora Into the City. And I've said Dora too many times in the last 3 minutes. Dora is just... I don't know. Point is, it's D tier. Dora the Explorer, however, that one goes into A tier. I'm putting it low A tier, though, because here's the thing about Dora the Explorer. It can get really boring, because as I said, she breaks the fourth wall like every 4 minutes, and people make jokes about it, like, where's the mountain? I don't know, Dora, you have the map. Like, people make jokes about it. People make fun of the fact that Dora is constantly stopping the show to ask the audience things. But the thing is, Dora's still a good show, especially when they added the power stars or special stars or whatever they're called, those stars that they had to track down, because that added a new layer of depth to the story. Each episode was like, which star is going to show up now? How is the star going to be integrated into the episode? It's something small, but it changes things up. It mixes it up. It's no longer the exact same formula. Like, it's the same basic formula, but that minor change makes it innovative. It fixes the problem of Dora getting stale. And the stars were introduced really early into the show. I think like season 3 maybe. I don't know how many seasons Dora had, but I feel it had like at least 12. I don't know, that's just a random guess. I feel like it ran forever. But the point is, Dora's A tier, and I don't think it gets enough love. I think it gets like a lot of hate and has become a joke because of how simplistic it is, but if you really look at it, there's a lot more there. On the other hand, there's Go Diego Go. And Go Diego Go is Dora if Dora wasn't in Dora. And that's seriously the last time I'm saying Dora. Go Diego Go is it's the same basic formula, but it's just with a larger focus on animals instead of a focus on speaking Spanish. And it's a good show, but it's just kind of basic compared to the show that I have talked about previously and have said the name of several times. So, I'll put it in C tier because it's not bad, but I want to put you above Mandy. Stop. Manny. So, C tier because it's not bad, but it's just not as good as its predecessor. Caillou. I don't hate Caillou, but I don't like Caillou either. And for that reason, Caillou goes into D tier. The only thing good about Caillou are the Caillou memes, and even those are not as good anymore because they have gotten very stale. Okay, next is, I have no idea what the heck this thing is. Wait, I think that's Goldilocks and Bear. Let me check that. Goldilocks and Bear. I want to say it's a Disney show. Yeah, Disney. Disney's right there. Goldie and Bear. Okay, I was close. Let's see. Come on. Okay, Goldie and Bear. 2015 to 2018. Okay, 2 seasons. Goldilocks and Jack Bear. After Sling and Bear House become best friends. Fairy tale. Okay. So it's basically taking the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears and integrating it with the rest of the little fairy tale creatures. That's pretty cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'll check it out, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really put it there. Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues easily gets an S tier, just because it was so good. Like, Blue's Clues had the same thing Dora had, where it constantly paused in order to talk to the audience, but there's a major difference here. And the difference being the variety that Blue's Clues had. Some episodes were about colors, some were about numbers, some were about manners. Like, they had such a huge variety that no episode was really the same. And then things got switched up even more when they added Joe in instead of Steve. A lot of people didn't like that decision. I don't really mind it. Like, I never cared that they switched people. Like, the show was the same thing. People say, oh, you know, when Steve left, the show stopped being good. In my opinion, it's the same. They were the same person. They had the same general personality. There wasn't too much that was different about them. So I don't know why that huge distinction there is. Maybe it's just because everyone was attached to Steve. But the way I see it, it's like they're the same basic guy. They serve the same purpose. So I don't know. Okay, next up is JJ the Jet Plane. Oof, that is something. Okay, I liked JJ when I was a kid, but looking back at it, that show is disturbing. Look at this. Look at this right here. JJ the Jet Plane. Look at that. Look at how disturbing this is. It's human faces just superimposed on these vehicles. And it doesn't even look, like, it doesn't look natural at all. It looks so unnatural, so weird. This show is so creepy. Why did I ever like this? I'm gonna put this in C tier, because I remember liking it, so that means it has to have been good. Well, that doesn't mean it has to be good. My opinion isn't law. But for me, I liked it, so that means it's probably good for me. But the fact that it's so creepy means I don't think I can put it much higher. So I'll put you, this seems pretty good. In between George and Octonauts, that's a good spot. Pocoyo's alright. It's got the same thing Nina Needs to Go has, where it's just like shorts. It's not full episodes. And they don't talk in Pocoyo, it's just the narrator. So silent characters work, but when the entire show is silent characters and you just have a single narrator, that just doesn't work for me. It doesn't blend well. So kind of want to put Pocoyo into D tier, but that's too low because it's not bad. Like, the D tier ones I think are actually bad. Pocoyo isn't bad, so I'll just put you at bottom of C tier, I guess. Okay, Stanley. Stanley was really good. Just like Zaboomafoo, you know, it was about animals and stuff. I'll put Blue's Clues above you. So yeah, Stanley, animals. It was a really good show. I really liked it. Let's see. Max and Ruby. You know, I'm really surprised Max and Ruby is still going because I honestly thought that it ended. Like, legit, I was surprised when I saw that there were new episodes running. And I think that's really cool that it's going on for so long. So, you know, I'm going to put it on S tier because it's a good show. It's still going, and it still feels fresh. It doesn't feel stale. Like, I haven't seen all of the new episodes, but it's kind of the same thing as Arthur, where it's newer stuff, but it's just as good. And also, something that I really like about Max and Ruby is the characters are evolving, because in one of the newer episodes that I saw, Max, the little brother, he was speaking in almost full sentences, whereas in the earlier episodes, he only said like one word the entire episode. And I think that's really cool. I think it's cool that they're still like growing and developing, so it rewards longtime viewers, while at the same time keeping things fresh and entertaining. So I really like that. Okay, Lazy Town, that's easily S tier. Lazy Town has a lot going for it that makes it S tier. I think, even if we ignore the We Are Number One memes and the tragic passing of Stephen Carl Stephenson, even if we ignore that stuff, it's still a really good show. Like, it has a lot of, it looks weird, because it mixes human people with clay people, and it creates this odd blend, but if you look past that, it's a really good show. Like, you know, getting fit, going outside. Like, I've never really been much of an exercise person, but I'd be lying if I said this show didn't make me want to go out and play and just have fun, which is really ironic considering it's a TV show. But still, it was a lot of fun. I loved all the characters. Robbie Rotten was just a blast, you know? The characters are all great, and the fact that it still lives on in people's hearts, even if it does live on kind of as a meme, it shows the amount of care that there is in this show, and I think it's really good. It deserves to be S tier. Okay, next up is Little Einsteins. I'll put Little Einsteins in B tier, cause I didn't watch too much of the Little Einsteins, but it was pretty good. It was pretty enjoyable. Plus, they got that rockin' theme song. I haven't mentioned the theme song, but almost all of these have really good theme songs. That is something I will give. Preschool shows have such good theme songs. Like, some modern cartoons have really bland or boring theme songs, but preschool shows, they kick it out of the park almost every time. Like, I can jam to these when I'm driving to work, and I won't even feel bad because they're just so good. I really like them. And that goes for almost all of these. Like, if I made another list ranking the theme songs, that would be even harder because they're just so good across the board.